Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm here to give you guys my WWE Smackdown review for December 11th, 2018. So, pretty much last week's Smackdown review. And we had Corey Graves, Tom Phillips, and Byron Saxton on commentary for this show. And the show started off with a promo from the new Daniel Bryan. And he comes out and declares the rest. Well, he pretty much reiterates that the Yes Movement is dead and talks about how everybody loved to cling on to the new Daniel Bryan, just like how everybody likes to hurt um, the environment with their massive consumption. He apologizes for calling them sheep because he thinks that's an insult to sheep because they don't call it a hoof footprint. They call it a foot. They don't call it a ecological hoof print. They call it a footprint, which I thought was funny. And he says that um, the new Daniel Bryan stream took over and allowed him to become WWE champion. He talks about how he's going to defeat AJ Styles, and after the match, the ring announcer will say, "Still WWE champion, the new Daniel Bryan." And then he gets interrupted by Mustafa Ali, who has a match with Daniel Bryan. And I thought it was really damn cool that Mustafa Ali um, got a match with Daniel Bryan, the new Daniel Bryan, because I think it's really cool that like a cruiserweight gets a match with them, and it's a match we haven't really seen before. And Mustafa Ali comes out, and before he can say anything, the new Daniel Bryan introduces Mustafa Ali and talks about how they're going to have one hell of a match tonight, but none of the crowd's going to really care because they're going to forget and move on to other things. I forgot to mention, too, before Mustafa Ali came out, the new Daniel Bryan talked about how the Yes Movement was just um, a facade because once he turned heel, pretty much, everybody moved and jumped aboard the AJ Styles bandwagon, which I thought was a nice touch. But then again, back to the Mustafa Ali thing. So the new Daniel Bryan just wants to not have the match, and Mustafa Ali is like, "What happened to you, man? All us cruiserweights backstage, we used to look up to you. Um, you used to fight up against adversity, and you always were willing to fight." And then the new Daniel Bryan asked Mustafa Ali what type of car that he drives, and Mustafa Ali says he drives an SUV. And the new Daniel Bryan is disgusted by this because it's just one person driving the car. So Daniel Bryan continues to smack him in the face, and then Mustafa Ali punches him, hits a Hurricane on him, and then he hits a flip dive on the outside, and this pretty much leads right into the match. But I did like how Mustafa Ali was cutting this promo since he's the host of 205 Live. I thought that made sense. But Mustafa Ali and the new Daniel Bryan, I thought, had a really fun match. The new Daniel Bryan gains control throughout the rest of the matchup, pretty much. Um, Attacking the knee of Mustafa Ali, really beating the crap out of him. And then he does the yes kicks. I don't know. I'm guessing he's going to change the name of those moves since the yes move instead. But he goes to kick Mustafa Ali in the head. Mustafa Ali counters into a super kick and then hits another one right to the back of Bryan's head. And he hits a drop kick on the outside. And then eventually the new Daniel Bryan throws him into the post. And the new Daniel Bryan just methodically picks apart Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali, though, ends up hitting a Spanish fly from the top turnbuckle, but the new Daniel Bryan kicks out. And the new Daniel Bryan gets Mustafa Ali in the yes lock, but Mustafa Ali gets to the ropes. And then the new Daniel Bryan gets Mustafa Ali in the tree of woe position, hits a drop kick right to his head a ton of times. And then he goes for a back suplex off the top turnbuckle, but Mustafa Ali flips out of it, causing Daniel Bryan to land on his head. And then Mustafa Ali makes a comeback, hits a springboard DDT, goes for the 054. The new Daniel Bryan rolls out of the way. He smashes Mustafa Ali's leg against the post, and then he gets him into the heel hook. Mustafa Ali ends up tapping out, and Daniel Bryan wins, which I thought made sense since he's had a title match this Sunday. Then afterwards, the new Daniel Bryan continues to pick apart Mustafa Ali by attacking him on the entrance ramp and putting him back in the knee bow, and then that was pretty much the end of that segment. And I like the way it was done too, because the commentators were going over the match card and it just happened out of nowhere. I thought that was awesome. But I'm still really digging the new Daniel Bryan persona, and I even like how he's actually getting some legitimate heel heat. Everybody legitimately hates the new Daniel Bryan, and I love it. I think it's great. And then we have the Usos versus the Bar in a rap battle, which is hosted by the New Day. And they have the rap battle. It was a fun little rap battle. I didn't think it was as good as the Usos and New Day's ball they had over the summer last year, but I still thought it was a fun rap battle. The ball, um, pretty much talk about how nobody can hold a candlestick to the win, and the Usos make fun of the ball by talking about Sheamus' appearance. Cesaro getting his teeth knocked out at No Mercy last year, and they referenced Woken Matt Hardy's delete chant, stuff like that. I thought it was fun. The ball attacked him though. Sheamus bro kicks Big E, and the ball hit an assisted um, white noise right onto one of the Usos. So that was fine. And then Asuka cuts a promo, and she talks about how she used to claim that when she would get people would get in the win with her before WrestleMania when she was still undefeated, that no one was ready for Asuka. But at WrestleMania, she wasn't ready for Charlotte Flair, and tonight she is ready for Charlotte Flair. Good promo. I thought it was good. Then the Miz cuts a promo, and I didn't like this at all. He he calls out Shane McMahon because he wants to talk to him. And he even has the best in the world trophy, saying that it's his turn with the trophy, and the Miz pretty much still wants to be tag team partners with Shane McMahon, but Shane McMahon still isn't having any of it, so the Miz puts them in a match with the Vegas boys since they were in Vegas, and then Shane McMahon beats them, and then this was all very confusing because the Miz has a referee come out and has them make the match and everything, which doesn't make any sense because if Shane McMahon's the commissioner, he could just overrule this. And Paige is later on backstage is pissed about this, and I don't know, it was just really dumb. And then and the Miz still wants to be partners with Shane, but Shane's just refusing. Really, this is just bad. It's bad on the Miz. It's bad on Shane. Really, the Miz should just be upset that the Shane stole his best in the world trophy. That should be the storyline if they're gonna go with the storyline. But if they're not, then it's stupid. So Randy Orton cuts a promo, and he shows all the sadistic thing that he's done with the steel chair to Rey Mysterio, and talks about how he thinks it's laughable that Rey Mysterio wants a chairs match of all things after what Randy Orton's done to him. And he says that Rey Mysterio is not going to get him revenge because all he is a victim, and victims don't get revenge. Rey Mysterio, and then he says that at TLC, everyone in the locker room is concerned about TLC, but at TOC, they should be concerned with other three letters, implying that he's going to say RKO. But before he can finish, Rey Mysterio attacks Randy Orton with a steel chair and hits a 619 on him, and that was the segment. I thought it was a good segment, though. Good way to build up to the pay-per-view match. And then Becky Lynch is backstage, and Kayla Braxton comes up and asks her if she feels like she'll have an advantage after Asuka and Charlotte Flair's match. Becky Lynch says that she's not going to have the advantage because she's been an underdog her entire life. Good promo. And then we had Jeff Hardy and Rusev with Lana inside versus Samoa Joe and Shinsuke Nakamura. Before the match starts, the Fabulous Truth come out and do a dance break, which I like that they do that. It's a funny segment to have on the show, and it happens unexpectedly. And the dance break distracts Jeff Hardy long enough for Nakamura to hit a running knee to the back of the head, and the heels get the heat on Jeff Hardy for a while, but then eventually Rusev gets the hot tag on Nakamura, and he runs wild, and he goes for the win, but Samoa Joe breaks it up, and Jeff Hardy takes out Joe, and then Rusev hits a match cut kick on Shinsuke Nakamura for the win. And I actually like this tag team match here. I like the way it was finished because it makes sense for Nakamura to eat the fall because now Rusev can say that he deserves a future United States title match. And I think out of all the guys that can afford to eat the fall out of the two, it's Nakamura because Joe really just can't afford to lose right now. So, yeah. And then it showed another Lars Sullivan vignette. I thought it was very well done. The build up to the WWE title match. And AJ Styles gets interviewed, and he said that he hasn't beaten the crap out of Daniel Bryan yet because he wants him to be at 100% Sunday so he can take back his WWE Championship. And he even talked about how the new Daniel Bryan's been the real Daniel Bryan all along. Good promo. And then we had the main event. It was Asuka versus Charlotte Flair. I thought this match was really good. I really enjoyed it. They both have a stalemate with each other. Asuka dominates Charlotte Flair for a while, and then Charlotte Flair dominates Asuka. They exchange finishers on each other. Becky Lynch was out there watching the match and stuff too. And eventually, when Charlotte Flair gets annoyed that she can't beat Asuka, she picks out the kendo stick and hits Asuka with it, and gets herself disqualified. So I'm guessing Charlotte Flair is going to be the heel in this match, and then she hits Becky Lynch, and she continues to hit Asuka, but then Becky Lynch attacks. Charlotte Flair throws her into the steps. Asuka attacks Becky Lynch, and she beats them both up with a kendo stick, and pretty much the show goes off the air with Asuka standing tall. I wonder if they did this because Asuka's probably not winning at TLC, so they wanted to make her look strong, which I was obviously fine with. And that was pretty much the end of SmackDown. I thought it was a really good show. I really enjoyed SmackDown. I really liked everything. The only thing I really didn't care for was that Miz Shane McMahon crap. But everything else on this show I thought was good to find. And you can say the Balls rap itself was bad, but I think it was supposed to be bad, so I actually was fine with that. So everything else was good to great. I'm going to give SmackDown, I thought it was a really good show. I'm going to give it a solid B. Really good show. And that's pretty much my review of SmackDown. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please make sure you guys like, comment, and share this video so people will watch it. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel for more content and click on the bell. So that way every time I upload a video, you guys get the notifications for it. Make sure you guys do the same thing for my CM Brothers and No One the Talking to YouTube channels. And that's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later.